Hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, I'm your hostess, and today we're going to do a little something different. I have got some vegetables to get processed today, and I've got to go out and take care of my chickens and check for eggs and stuff. And we've got some new chickens on our ranch, our Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, and I'm so excited to show you those. And this is going to be more peaceful, I think. And I will be doing a little bit of talking throughout, and I hope that you will enjoy this. The turnip greens are starting to look good. Of course, the chickens have eaten everything that was close to the edge as far as they could reach in. But we'll get some greens out of this winter. Hey y'all, I want y'all to meet our new arrivals at the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. These are BB Red Bantams. Now we have 2 roos in here. We have 8 hens. One of the roos and 3 of the hens are going to be going to one of our friends. And they've got a little nesting box over here. These lay small eggs, y'all. But they know how to roost. They got a great big pen to play in. The roosters will weigh about 2.5 pounds. And the hens about 2 pounds. So we're really excited to get these ladies and gents. Aren't they pretty? We bought these at the Amish community and got a really good deal on them. There's one of the roos right there. And there's the other little roo right over here with the red cone on its head. And the rest of them are ladies. And of course, they are dirt bathing. And then picking for bugs and doing all their chicken things. It's mid-October, y'all, and look at those tomatoes. Tomatoes on this vine. We've got some tomatoes over here. Bring you in close. These are not real big tomatoes, but they are putting out tomatoes, y'all. It was 44 degrees when we got up this morning. This one is starting to produce. And then this little vine here, I'm not seeing any tomatoes on. But it sure is a pretty vine. It's got some blooms on it. We may or may not get any tomatoes out of that one. Sounds like I got another one laying over here. Let's chase the ducks around. We did lose one of our female ducks. Don't know exactly what happened. Came out to the pen and she was dead in the pen. We've lost 2 hens. And one of them actually was killed inside our coop. So my husband had to go out there and shore that up. That's the first kill we've actually had inside our pens. There they are. I'm going to be harvesting our celery before too much longer, and hopefully I can cover it with some mulch and it'll come back in the spring. Never grown celery before, so we'll just play with it and see what happens. Here's all the tomato cages that my husband's pulled down. I got a chicken back there checking out the fence line. And we're fixing to go in the house, but this is what we've collected so far in eggs today. We've been getting about 14 to 16 eggs a day with our new layers. So I'm really, really happy that we're starting to see an increase on the egg productions. Remember all those beautiful vegetables I had that we bought at the Amish community? Well, I'm going through these 12 bell peppers. I'm going to chop them up and get them into our freezer. And I do a lot of this prepping year-round to have bell peppers and things that I can grab out of the freezer to make a meal with. And so you're going to see me cutting these up, and I hope that you enjoy this part of the video. There is something just so relaxing when you're concentrating on getting vegetables prepped and you're chopping them, getting them cut to the portion that you want them to be in. And you're going to see me here in a few minutes bagging this up, and it will go into our freezer. And I do double bag my vegetables like this to help preserve them and keep them from getting freezer burn. What do you do with your bell peppers when you harvest them? Do you dehydrate them? Do you cut them up and put them in the freezer? Do you make pepper relish? Tell me in the comments what you do with your bell peppers. That was 9 cups of chopped bell pepper going into our freezer. And here you're going to see I'm using a gallon bag. I'm going to insert all these other bags inside that gallon bag. It just protects them just a little bit more from that freezer burn that sometimes happens when you have food storage in your freezer over a long period of time. And this is the method that I have found that works the best. And I can pull out the bags. I pretty much know how much are in the bags already. And you can even label the outside of the bag and say 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups. Just so you know how much is in there. And I love the red and green together. It reminds me of Christmas. These are the zucchini that I picked up in the Amish community. There was 4 large ones and 1 smaller one. And I wanted to have some zucchini shreds in my freezer for quiche or zucchini bread or just any number of dishes that you would do with zucchini. And it's so healthy for you. So I am quartering the halves. You will see me quartering these. I found that this works best with this little machine that I use to shred. And I absolutely love this little machine. We picked it up at a thrift store. Didn't pay much for it. And it has all sorts of blades. I can make zucchini lasagna noodles with it or a number of things. This machine is also fairly easy to take apart and clean. And I wanted to show y'all that. And I just rinse the pieces off before I wash them in the dishwasher. So it's just really nice to have. I'm really careful with that cone though because of the sharp blades. It really does shred very nicely, and I am super, super excited about this. I want to try this with coleslaw. And this is going to be such a great blessing to have in our freezer. All the scraps that was left over from the bell pepper and the zucchini was fed to our chicken, so nothing actually ever goes to waste on our homestead if we can help it. And you see I'm putting it into the bag. I'm going to be putting about 2 cups per bag or more. I think I put 2 cups per bag. My husband and I have made changes on how we eat and what we eat. And we are becoming healthier because of our choices that we're making now. These are all organic. There's no preservatives or anything added to this that you would find in the stores. It's not bioengineered or GMOs. And you're going to see me zipping up the bags and how I do this. Really preserving the harvest is so vitally important in our household. And it's my job to make sure that the food is prepared. So I want to give the very, very best to my husband and to myself. So we got 7 of these bags of zucchini shreds, and I'm labeling the outside bag. That way they will stay fresh longer, and I did take as much air out of the bags for the inside as possible. So in the comments, let me know what you do with your zucchini and your squash. Do you put it in the freezer? Do you dehydrate it? What kind of recipes do you use it in? Well, friends, I wanted to bring you along so that you could see some of the things that I do throughout the week. I do a lot of prepping in my kitchen. This week we were prepping some bell peppers and some zucchini. I still have to work through the jalapeno peppers and get the crowder peas jarred up. And I also, at some point, I'm going to be doing some apple butter. So y'all come back and check me out for future videos. Tell me what you think about this one. I know it was a little bit different. I hope it was very peaceful for you to sit and watch, calming and peaceful. That was my goal, because sometimes we get so busy that we forget about the small little details of everyday life. And I would like to ask you some questions. How do you prep your zucchini? And how do you prep your bell peppers? Do you put them in the freezer like I do? Do you slice the zucchinis? Do you like strips of bell pepper instead of it chopped? Or do you dehydrate any of these? Canning, I would love to know that. I would love to hear about some of the recipes that you might have for either one of those. So let me know in the comments. And as always, I want to thank you, friends, for the new friends that are coming to the channel, and for the friends that have been here since day one, and everybody in between. It is because of you that this channel exists, and I am so super, super grateful for that. Be blessed, everybody.